one versus the Axe, I think, is most likely what this will be. That way, any spins that Axe does to trade, Purify just offsets it real hard. I feel like Omni has a pretty good advantage. The only downside is Battle Hunger. I'm sorry, Repel is kind of worthless against Axe, with the exception of Battle Hunger.
As well as trying to get that 1v1 now, too. They still have the Bounty Hunter, so it's kind of like his time still needs to be... Like, if they try and go some sort of a tri-lane, then we don't know if this Venomancer ends up being this support that's now not being dealt with, or are you aggro dueling? There would be some laning questions at that point.
And Veno's still decent against Omni, too, because if you Gale somebody and repel them afterwards, then they're still slowed, which is huge. And I'm also looking at Overgrowth as well. Pretty effective against Omni, since it'll just shut down and disable whoever's trying to escape.
It is, however, nice to have Omni with Alchemist, though. Opens up for him to maybe get involved a little earlier. You've got Repel.
And Radiance is good.
Yeah, helps you against the Veno ult.
It hurts Axe a lot, too. I mean, that pure damage coming down, ripping them up, and especially when he needs them. Oh!
What in the world?
Jackie.
It's a hero that's been played a lot since Elimination Mode, actually. One of the most popular supports in that way. Very likely going to be Jakiro plus Axe in a dual lane setup. Very high base HP on Jakiro. Very good at taking towers, especially. So if EG is comboing that with Venomancer, means every tower is dead.
It looks like they're trying to beat out the Alchemist, kind of like try and go in early before he's ready. So
early aggression, knock down some towers, start to choke out the map.
I think that OD would be fine here in this case, though.
It's kind of a crazy
totally
draft,
agree. I think Ehome definitely would be well advised to ban the OD here.
Veno, Tree, and Jakiro in one lineup. Who would have thought in 2016?
Yeah, right. So they ban out the Invoker. Aside from OD, what else could we be looking at for Sumail heroes?
I don't even think OD is good anymore because Repel. It's you'd be gimped every time that he casts Repel on a core.
He just doesn't do damage to him.
Dare I say, Purge? Is this the Shadow Fiend game?
It's not terrible, but...
Do we run into the same issues with the puck, too, though?
It's vulnerable mid. I think you need something that can hit tower, though. That's, I mean, Plague Ward's work. I would do something physical damage, maybe. That's survivable. Maybe even something like a, PA's not going to push in, but...
Deuce?
Definitely banned. I mean, I was thinking Jug, but it's not as straightforward great here.
Jug, yeah.
Rubik could steal decent skills with that.
Yeah, Jug versus Alchemist isn't a terrible matchup until he gets higher levels of acid spray. With how EG's been picking, they honestly could just take anything they wanted.
They don't.
That's how they've been feeling like during this tournament, last tournament, during their entire run. There it is.
All right, the Shadow Fiend.
Okay.
We've been talking about it, and they'll finally grab it.
I mean, they have great team fight advantage over Ehome right now. Like, what is Ehome's team fight? Whatever Rubik can steal, basically.
Yeah, an Omni Knight, Guardian Angel, and Heal. That's about it.
So at this point, then, they must be looking towards some sort of like a split push, delaying the game, trying to outlive this, like, Veno, Axe, Tree, Shadow Fiend kind of style at this point, you'd think, for Ehome, right?
But
so
Ehome's late game isn't even better. That's the issue.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Can they get
Veno,
the lanes
Shadow
to a
Fiend
point where EG wouldn't be able to keep pace, though? Like with the Alchemist and the Radiance and the Manta style? I feel like they could get to a place where it kind of gets out of control.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think they need something that can come on. Hey, what about... There's the Pugna!
Whoa!
Ah!
Pugna and Shadow Fiend in one game?
They had to have something super strong early game, and this is an interesting draft. Pugna plus Omni can keep Alk alive even in dire circumstances, and Netherward gives so much team fight control in the early game.
It does. They just have to be wary of where they place it. They do have the Venomancer who can ward up, try to find it. It's not the best counter, just I think where Pugna plays his ward is actually going to be huge.
All right, gang, we need predictions here coming into game number 1. Very interesting draft.
I'm nervous.
Grant?
I can't go first.
Okay, Slacks, we're starting with you.
Whew, God, they got their beloved Pugna, but I'm going to have to...
And Omni Knight.
Yeah, I got to give it to EG. I've seen the horror of Sumail on a Shadow Fiend before. He's gone absolutely ballistic. I don't even think Omni can stop him. I'm going to give this one to EG.
I like the EG draft. They're still going to play well with the Veno. I want the Pugna Omni to work, but I just don't believe.
Yeah, I feel like the Pugna and the Alchemist are a little bit on different timings here, so I just like EG all kind of same synergy. We are viewing them as a stronger team, and I think they can complete that.
I think EG's going to win playstyle-wise, but I do like Ehome's draft, but I'm going to stick with EG.
Evil geniuses.
Okay.
All right, unanimous across the board. We've got some casters for this final series tonight. It will be Mott and Capitalist to take it away.
Thanks so much, guys. We are here at the North Arena Beat Invitational. It is a full house right now for this best of 3 series. It is EG versus Ehome. We're getting hyped. We're getting ready to go. About to jump into the game, but Cap, first and foremost, we have a goddamn Pugna pick on the side of Ehome.
An Ehome Pugna. What a classic. But first, Mott, enjoy this team fight.
Yeah, that's a smoke. That's a Gale. That's going to be some action happening. You can see the Omni Knight's going to get caught. No skills just yet. Ice Path. I don't think he's going to get a chance to get any yet. He will get the purification off, but it's already first blood. Arteezy's going to take it. very easily. Quick smoke from EG. They head to their own jungle. They take down one. Pretty good start for them.
Yeah, great start for Artur. Have that first blood. He can go ahead and pick up some. He can pick up a fast ring of Aquila, faster set of boots as well. Omni-Knight will be harder pressed to be able to find things out of the off lane. And Garter, like that's not the only signature hero for Ehome, right? They have a Garter Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
CDC, they love this, right? But this does not really fit so well anymore because Evil Genius is drafted against that Bounty Hunter very well. Look at the supports they have. You think Bounty Hunter right-clicks any of those supports? You think he right-clicks a tree? You think he right-clicks a two-headed dragon? That simply does not happen. He will lose that man fight immediately, so his harassment battle is already null. So he's going to have to focus very heavily on trying to keep the mid SF down, but Living Armor will manage to counter that as well. Honestly, I'm not sure how Garter can really be impactful without like a clutch courier sniper or something like that.
This is what we saw earlier. We did see the Venomancer come out from EG earlier, and there was no way to deal with the jungling Venomancer by Zai. I think this was a counteraction from Ehome. They wanted to get the Bounty Hunter to make sure that there wasn't that free-farming jungle Venomancer coming out. But now that Arteezy is playing it, and with all the support that you talked about on EG's side, this is already a tough pickup for them. So Garter's going to have to make some moves. Obviously, like you talked about, very solid on that hero, but Universe bottom, he will get away in time. It's that Pugna again. He is going to be a safe lane Pugna, probably looking to push down those towers early, but lane's shaping up to be pretty normal for the most part. Universe, there's the telekinesis. Garter's going to come in. This may very well be the first blood, and it looks like it will. The last right click. Garter's going to pick it up. Zai's too late with the Ice Path, very close to saving him, but not quite in time.
And now he's got Ice Path level 1, which is not a good feeling for a Jakiri either.
Not really.
Yeah, I think they wanted to really be able to battle against this lane. Pugna Rubik does not say a whole lot of strength. Even with the Bounty Hunter rotating in, I would say Jakiro and Axe should be able to win this lane, but obviously Universe being left alone as the Jakiro tried to rotate over, they did see a moment of weakness, and Ehome tie up the score a little bit. Still, though, I think as the lane progresses, we see level 3, level 4. We start getting the higher levels of Dual Breath and the harassment of Liquid Fire as well. This Jakiro is one of the better dual lane heroes, especially, again, going up against a Bounty Hunter whose harassment potential is very limited against these tanky supports.
So with Ehome picking up the Pugna pickup, again, they can play relatively speedy, but do you expect them to do so? Do you expect them to take down towers as quickly as possible? They are against a Tree and Protector, obviously, so they have some ways to deal with this, but...
I think they will try, but I'm not exactly sure they're going to be able to succeed, right? You've got this this core Venomancer that's going to be able to, well, first of all, dive over 11 for a little bit, but he's going to be able to set up wards in front of towers when these pushes start coming. You have the Living Armor that's going to be able to offset the damage that comes out, not just blocking some of the damage, but also being able to repair some of the damage done to these towers. EG actually have some decent heroes to be able to clear through creep waves as well. The SF, obviously, one of the more notable ones, right? 1-2 raise, boom, your creep wave's gone. So I am actually concerned that Ehome will not be able to take the early objectives they're searching for with this pickup. Old 11 abusing the fact that he it's a no stun lane.
Well, it's unfortunate. There's a lot of harassment. He might not get much done, but he does have 7 last hits, surprisingly enough, so doing rather well for himself, all things considered. Now, this is a matchup, obviously, Shadow Fever versus Alchemist. SF used to be once a great mid laner, but hasn't been played that often. Sumail has played him recently to great effect, and he's right now at 15 last hits, 4 denies. How do you feel about Sumail's start here in this game?
I like his start, and I also like the matchup. SF is one of the few heroes that can independently threaten an Alchemist fairly early on, level 3 and 4. He can start putting some pressure on Alchemist, and he can very easily get a kill at level 5 with that extra level in the raises. So we've seen it over and over again. Like, this matchup happen, and the SF will get a kill on the Alchemist with the level 3 raises, where the Alchemist comes up. Like, even if he's high HP, he comes up to get a last hit. Small raise, medium raise, big raise, right? It's just 1, 2, 3, and it's so much magnitude damage that Alchemist has a hard time. But if Alchemist can get through that, utilize neutrals to be able to get himself to level 6, much like a Storm Spirit would, then you're okay, obviously, because you've got the Chemical Rage. That little bit of factor that goes in your favor.
Right now, Sumail's doing a pretty good job of bullying Old Chiken already. I mean, this is without raises. He's just right-clicking him down with his 2 Necromastery points, up to 24, obviously, Necromastery stacks. Old Chiken needs to be a little careful, meanwhile. Looks like elsewhere. And nothing much going on. You see a lot of rotations at Ehome. This is what you talked about. Garter, not really, I mean, it's only 4 minutes into the game, but he's not having that huge impact. You get that 1 kill down bottom, but that was maybe just a positioning error from Universe, or maybe Zai wasn't there in time. He's not really getting much else done at this point in the game.
Yeah, and how do you deal with the SF now? Like, you can't really harass this guy anymore. He's just going to turn and right-click you, doing twice as much damage as you do. And they managed to get a dust on him. Nice read there with the ward being placed up by the Ancients. They spotted his rotation. Got a dust on him. Pretty easy kill.
Yeah, he knew he was dead there. He turns around. He has to give his life up. And some nice raises from Sumail. Down bottom, Fade Bolt on the Decrept up Universe, but he's doing okay. Sitting at 8 last hits, not getting as much as the Omni Knight is in that top lane in terms of last hits. In terms of levels, it's even, both at level 4 at this point in time. Obviously, Universe has his way back in the jungle if he wants. There is a ward that's been placed down pretty deep there. 11 starting to deal with some plague wards. Garter is coming in those plague wards, doing some serious work. He'll repel himself. Garter nearby. RTZ deciding to back up, knowing that, well, that bounty hunter's back on the map.
They can get a good initiation with Janata and Purification. That's an okay nuking combo, but Artur still would not be close to death, especially with the living armor on him. So Garter still struggling to find any place to be able to make some work done. I think you're going to continue to see... Ooh, what is this? Siler, he's caught.
They get the call off. They already had the liquid fire off. Decrypt might be there, but I don't think he survives this even with it, so he'll just go down instead. It was on cooldown, so nothing he could do there. Just a little too far up into that tower. Wasn't expecting Zai to hit that nice ice path.
Yeah, very nice initiation from Zai, taking advantage of Siler. You have this pressure on you that you want to be able to, as a safe laner, pressure that tower. You're playing a Pugna in that position, and pop out. Old Chicken going to be forced into the trees here. Fortunately, Chemical Rage will keep him alive.
Here comes Garter, trying to punish Sumail for walking a little too far. Telekinesis, they'll bring him back. The acid sprays on the ground, and with the Fade Bolt, as well as that Nether Blast, they get the kill. They rotate a lot of heroes in for that kill, but that's pretty big, dropping Sumail early on in this game.
Yeah, absolutely well worth it. Unfortunately, they don't manage to spread out their supports fast enough to be able to get that 6-minute rune. Bounty is taken away from Old Chicken, but you're already beginning to see how some of these heroes from EG can get in front of these pushes. The dangerous thing is actually going to be, I think, some of EG's pushes. This Venomancer, much like the Pugna, can solo pressure that off-lane tower, and there is no repairing process that Ehome can do to be able to repair all that damage done by the wards. So what's going to happen is you're going to see EG get really early control of the Ancient area, which is something that Alchemist needs to be able to utilize to get ahead. I feel like that is the bigger problem for Ehome right now than necessarily trying to make their Pugna pushes work. We'll see, though, going into like the 15-minute marker, I think they are going to be okay for team fights solely because of the Pugna Blast is an absurdly high amount of damage. But then once we get into a little bit past that, where the Blink Dagger comes online, Evil Genius is very clearly take control of the game, and I don't think they let go of it for at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Arteezy will find Old 11. He has the repel up. Leech Seed for crit should be there. Gale was already used, I believe, and Arteezy trying to chase him down. Long-range Leech Seed in the last right click, and the body block from the Plague Ward. Get it done, Arteezy. Nicely done picking up that kill on that pesky off-lane Omni Knight.
And Sumail sitting at 48 CS. Yeah. Yes, he died once to that rotation of 2 supports and the TP in from the Pugna, but he is still top of the CS, and right next to him is Arteezy. Very concerning that not only EG is up in kills, but all right, Sumail.
I mean, that would have been amazing had he hit it, to be fair.
Yeah, he's just trying to do that style on you. I got the 3 invis raises.
He was very close to it, too, to give him credit.
Yeah.
But no such luck. He is going to get hit up by Garter, but it looks like the Alchemist won't follow suit, and Sumail will be able to back up. Yeah, I mean, even if he dies, and he's only died once, he always seems to find that farm. I mean, you think back to, I think it was DAC where he got ganked like 4 times with the Storm Spirit. That's like ridiculous. That shouldn't happen, and he shouldn't be able to get the farm, but it always does, it feels like.
Yeah, and SF is probably one of the better heroes to be able to get the comeback and farm, right? He hasn't had to fall back to the neutras at all. He's just playing really aggressive. As you can see here, they're going to get the kill on Sylar.
Yeah, the raise will come through. Double raise just connected for Sumail. The call came first, obviously, from Universe to set it up. Now top lane, they get off the Leech Seeds, still going with the Venomous Gale. Old 11, running low on mana, repel on cooldown for another 2 seconds. A couple more right clicks should do the job. There's another Gale coming out. He repels, but it's too late. Arteezy crit immediately TPing back to base. No follow-up coming out from Ehome. They lose 2 pretty important heroes across the map here, Cap.
Yeah, this all comes down to the Bounty Hunter pickup. Or more, actually, more realistically, it comes down to the fact that the Venomancer was such a strong support potential pickup that it forces Ehome's hand into the Bounty Hunter, which then is easily abused by rotating in safe lane Venomancer, then picking up supports that aren't abused by Bounty Hunter. They don't have any rotational power, really, from this 4 position.
No, and they're going to try to find Sumail again, but even that that pickup doesn't seem to be working out. You can see old Autumn's coming in. He's going to have the telekinesis. He'll bring it back. Sumail's still fine. Full health. Living armor is there to protect him. Not only that, but Crit was also there for the turnaround leech seed if need be. And they'll find a nice nether ward for their troubles.
Yeah, real bad sign when Evil Geniuses feel comfortable diving past the tier 2 at the top lane, and then you bring 4 heroes mid and Sumail doesn't die either. Just comes down to a lack of strength from your supports to be able to make these kills happen. Meanwhile, on the side lanes, RTZ continues to pressure towers. He's going to take the safe lane tower away from Ehome, and they're going to start getting control of the Radiant jungle.
One good sign for Ehome, you do have old Chiken farming rather well, obviously, in the Alchemist. He just picked up his armlet. Oh, my Garter, you are barely going to escape with your life. 30 HP, those 2 raises. Oh, not quite. Sumail thought he was going to be close by, but no such luck. They'll have to back away with Crit, of course, getting out as well.
Old Chiken, the good thing is, Old Chiken, he had a tough matchup, but he survived. He hasn't died yet, and he's beginning to get that rack up in net worth, right? So he's got the armlet. He feels safer farming. He's not going to get bursted down too quickly. He's able to push forward a little bit more in lanes. He's able to clear through neutrals a little bit quicker. So he's still maintaining that slight net worth lead, and it'll build up to a much larger net worth lead if he continues to remain unganked. That is the silver lining for Ehome right now. Everything else seems to be pretty dark and cloudy.
And it's a lot of, I think, for EG, taking that tier 1 tower, getting to those Ancients, making sure he can't get that quick farm, sort of denying him that. Maybe even jungle access as well. You can see Arteezy's putting some pressure on the bottom lane. Zyda get lifted, but they're fine. It is the Veil build, which we've seen pretty commonly from Arteezy. I say commonly, but he's only really played this 2 or 3 times that I've seen, at least, in the past couple of weeks. I know he's played it more on stream.
Yeah, Veil is great because it's like, it's a nice tanking armor item. It gives you a lot of mana pool to be able to work with. Mana sustain, you never have to go back to base despite spamming wards constantly, and obviously the huge amplification of the magic damage that you output is quite strong as well. You're going to get this before there's even a chance of BKBs being an item on the enemy team. You pick it up at 15 minutes, you don't usually have to worry about BKBs until 25 minutes for most lineups.
For Ehome, they will have to deal with that Poison Nova eventually. Right now, they were setting up for a gank potentially top lane on Universe, but they have to consider defending their tier 1 tower mid, which doesn't look likely at this point. Going to fall rather quickly. Crit gets the last hit. Of course, Sumail was there to help out alongside Arteezy with the Plague Wards. And now they just invade the jungle. You can see it. They'll probably start invading the Ancient stack as well. And from there, I don't know. Ehome's going to maybe start getting choked out a little bit here unless they can find some towers of their own.
I mean, they were already getting choked out before the Blink Dagger on Universe. Now that that initiation item is up, it's going to get so much worse.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like... Right now, they really have to rely on this Alchemist. They can't find these ganks. They've only got 2 kills in the game. It's, I mean, EGF 6, so it's not like they have much more, but they're getting a lot more farm, with the exception of said Alchemist. They have 3 of the top 4 net worth, and they're starting to really pressure this tier 2 tower down bottom, so these outer towers falling pretty damn quickly in this game.
And we have yet to see a single tier 1 tower being taken out by Ehome, despite having a one, or I shouldn't say one position. It's a 2 position when it comes to net worth, but a safe lane Pugna.
Yeah.
And that really just comes down to the Tree and Protector pickup, right?
Venomous Scale stolen by the Rubik. And they're trying to do what they can, but it looks like they're just going to back away. They don't want to defend this tier 2 tower. Understandably so. I don't know if they can defend it against the Veil Poison of all the damage that they have from EG if they decide to get a Blink Dagger, or if they decide to do a Blink Initiation with the Axe like you were talking about, and then Sumail's right clicks. Like, I just don't see Ehome really being able to take a 5-on-5 fight right now.
I don't see it now, and I don't see it 20 minutes from now. You know, it's like...
That is a bad sign.
Evil Geniuses will have control of this game for so long. They're going to have Roshan available to them. The SF's going to get super big. It's only off the back of the Alchemist being able to find farm here and there, essentially dodging Evil Geniuses and getting that Grievel's Greed extra farm that he gets for like another 10 to 15 minutes at bare minimum, for him to be able to be an active, a big enough fighting force that Ehome can rally behind and try and contest EG in these 5-man pushes. But there's so much time for EG to just take control of the map.
I mean, listen, in the first 13 minutes of this game, we see how many towers they've taken. They're taking Roche right now. Yep. If they aren't going to be able to fight for Ehome in the next couple of minutes, maybe 5 to 10, this is going to become a big issue. And EG are going to have an Aegis to boot now. They're going to have an extra life. They're going to have more items coming out, especially for their supports as well. They already have a Blink Dagger on Sumail, not to mention on Universe as well. They've got a lot of really good items. There is, I think, almost a relic coming out here for the Alchemist, 3.6k current gold, but it's going to be tough for them to hold on at this point. They need to be... This is going to have to be some stout defense from Ehome.
Yeah, it certainly is. Evil Geniuses are going to do the smoke wrap around into that ancient area. See if they can catch the Alchemist while he's farming that. Failing that, they'll go through, I think, their jungle, clear that out, see if they can catch anybody. They obviously see the Rubik up there right now. And then if they do get the pick, it leads them into a very easy push through the top lane, right? Tier 1 and Tier 2 are just begging to be taken away.
They won't spot out old Chiken. Arteezy's going to walk. The Plague Ward came through.
Oh, Ice Bat!
They will not find the other target either as the TP comes in. Old Chiken spots out Arteezy. Arteezy not close enough for a Gale. And then there's the Invis Room that's popped. So nice plays from Ehome to kind of spread EG out and make them miss on a couple of ganks here.
Yeah, that was like, it doesn't feel like it was a significant move or anything. You know, just nothing happened. Essentially, EG didn't connect with that smoke gank, but that's still significant for Ehome, right? It was a smoke gank used where they didn't lose anybody. They were still able to farm on the Alchemist during that time, and now they know EG just rotated all their heroes up top lane, which means bottom and mid are free for these heroes to be able to farm. It's like a small little comeback mechanism. They know EG is going to take that tier 1 tower. They know they can't contest, so Ehome will make the most of farming efficiency at this point. I don't know if Ehome contests for any of these towers, to be honest. I'm not sure if they can. Maybe when they have the Radiance, they can fight around like the tier 2 mid or something like that, but I have a feeling it's just going to be up to high ground defense and split pushing.
They haven't fought so far, and it looks like they will not do so even for this Tier 2 tower. However, they do have a target on Universe. Blink trying to get the call off, but not able to do so in time. Lanham and Sylar trying to back away crits here. Sumail looking for potential initiation. They will chase the Rubik. He gets the call off. He's going for the TP. It was a good effort, but he gets a Culling Blade in the head for it.
Yeah, and at least Sylar wasn't the one to go down, right?
Right.
So, no surprise, Evil Geniuses at this point, like they know they can bully Ehome so badly, so it doesn't make sense too much for them to trade away towers, right? They should be able to rotate, they should be able to stop these pushes and still be able to take towers themselves. They do give up that offlane tower, but it was claimed at the cost of a Rubik's life. I'm sure Ehome are happy with that exchange, but Evil Geniuses will keep on marching forward. Sumail has 2,600.
A lot of farm. He has the Blink Dagger, whatever he wants next. What do you think he is going to pick up next for the Shadow Fiend?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, what kind of item builds you want? Because you don't want to like get BKB too early, I think, and you still want to be able to get good progression into late game, just in case.
Right.
You don't want to put all your eggs in that basket of like, all right, let's win 25 minutes. That would be a bit too much. So I don't know what he goes for at the 2,700 gold in the bank. Looks like they're trying to find a pick off here in bottom lane. The Garter's fine. Man, Ehome are just...
They are running.
Nobody's farming except for Alchemist.
They are running for the hills. You saw like 3 of them heading towards that tier 2 tower mid. They're just like, we need to get behind these towers immediately. You have the Alkies, the only one that feels safe. There's the Yules, by the way, from Zai. Not a good sign for Ehome. They're going to start taking damage on their tier 2 tower mid as well. They're going to lose like all of these outer towers without putting up a fight. That might be the case. They're starting to move up a little bit here, posturing defensively underneath this tier 2 tower. Alk's still split pushing, but I don't know if Ehome can do anything.
I'm not convinced Lanham's going to be able to make that Culling Blade work.
No, probably not. I'm going to go with probably not.
I mean, I'll be pretty hyped if Lanham can dunk somebody
without like any mobility item. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I would be real excited, but this does not like it's going to be happening anytime soon. Evil Geniuses can start getting some sustain items. That's the difficult part, is that Ehome already lack damage, and then because Evil Geniuses are taking all these towers, the supports can start getting items like the mech on the Treant Protector. I'm not sure if a pipe is really necessary for this team.
They have a lot of options here, that's the one thing, but I want to... They will smoke for Ehome. They will make their way. This could be big. They might find a single pickoff. Crit's nearby. He's hiding the tree line. Jakiro would be a nice target to go for. They have vision of him, too, with that Observer Ward. He's got the Yule Scepter. EG aren't really in position. They will dust up. They will find Garter. The Yules comes out, but Jakiro might only live for a moment longer. He gets the Liquid Fire off. Does end up falling with Garter now. Turning his attention through Sumail, or rather the other way around. The Requiem blows him away. Lanham and the rest of the crew deciding to back. They probably don't want to fight Sumail. Alk is here. So they do have that big beefy tank in front of them. He's got the Chemical Rage up. Sumail and the rest of the crew are backing away. They don't have Arteezy. He's in the top lane. Unstable Concoction on Universe. They'll turn their attention. Good overgrowth, though, to stop any further aggression, at least for now. Sumail still trying to get out. His Blink Dagger is up. He will blink towards the Ancients. It looks like get away as well. EG will only lose the Jakiro and in trade for Garter. I mean, at this point, any trade is probably good for Ehome, no?
Yeah, I think like Evil Geniuses, they felt so comfortable. Like they're so confident in their lead right now that they went for that Bounty Hunter gank despite that whole entire rotation of smoke that was catching the Jakiro. And then they still postured like they were going to fight some more, you know, when it was like, Arteezy's very clearly top. He's not going to be here for that fight. And they're just like, whatever. They feel so confident in the lead that they have that they think that if Ehome are out of position in some slight way, or they try and take the initiation a little badly, they can win 3 versus 4. Excuse me.
They are clearly very confident with the position they have in the game. And not only that, they might find the Alchemist here. The Raze will come through. No Chemical Rage. Great call from Universe. Just like that, your top net worth hero down for 50 seconds. And it's free reign for EG yet again.
All right, time for this Pugna to make some magic happen. That Aghanim Scepter, I don't know.
Oh my, that was so close, Universe. That would have been dirty, but unfortunately not able to find that call onto Garter. He's able to get back home. Tier 2 tower, the last of the Tier 2s, I believe, now falling in this top lane. What has this Pugna done? What has the Pugna done for Ehome, really? I can't think of anything.
Well, it's supposed to be able to push towers and get you, like, early map control, and that translates into, like, a high enough net worth to be able to take team fights easily, but the initial step never happened, right? Living armor and just general good laning phase presence from Evil Geniuses prevented all that. Sumail did commit for the BKB early, which means that Evil Geniuses have a very large power spike at this point in time where they have that 10 seconds, they have the high amount of physical damage. They could just take high ground very early. Like it seems like the plan is not actually just to choke out Ehome. I guess that's a little risky against the Alchemist. The plan is, I think, waiting for Roshan, get that second Aegis, and end the game.
So far, EG have not played a game in this tournament. I mean, they've only played 2, but they've not played a game over 30 minutes long. So it looks like they want to continue
have
that
they
trend.
Really not?
Both games they played against Alliance were 20 to 24 minutes. So that was something else. Arteezy might get caught here. With all 5 heroes down bottom, this is going to be tough. They will bring him down. But here comes Sumail. BKB Requiem doing some work. Nobody dead yet. Garter getting raised up. They don't have the detection. They're going to try to turn their attention elsewhere. Universe looking for Old 11. Has the call ready to go. Maybe waiting for the TP. The repel is now done. Lanham turning around, trying to help his ally out. There's the Purification. There's the Decrep. Now the TP coming out. Universe has to piece, and it looks like he will make it away. But Crit now stuck between a rock and a hard place. He'll fall. All right, Ehome. 2 for nothing. Great smoke. Great find. And EG take a poor fight.
Yeah, EG, like, there was so many bad things happen in a row. Like, Arteezy gets caught and dies before he's able to get off his ultimate, right? They just managed to burst him down just barely quick enough to prevent that ulti. And then Sumail, thinking that they were going to be able to still fight that one, thinking that Arteezy was probably going to be able to get off his ult, makes his own initiation, right? Blink, BKB, pops the ultimate, but doesn't actually get anybody in it. Can't even kill Garter, who just goes invis and walks away. And then EG still try and take a little bit more of a fight, you know, pursuing out with the Jakiro and the Axe, despite having 2 of their cores essentially miss their ultimates entirely. So not only do they give up a big kill on Arteezy, but they also give up the extra track kill on the Treant Protector.
And you can see they are lacking for damage a little bit, but with the way they killed Arteezy, they blew him away with Decrep, with the Purification on top. It's obvious that they have the damage to deal with a hero like the Venomancer, perhaps until he gets another couple of items or so, but they can kill him. They can bring him down. Although EG, they're looking for a target of their own. They know that Garter's nearby. They don't have detection. It looks like they dropped the sentry down. They have Garter caught, but he gets through with the fog. Plague Ward being dropped defensively by Lottom with the steal. Nicely done. And that's going to make it he's going to just blow up that smoke and be fine.
Yeah, that's rough. I think Ehome just spotted out that ward that was placed by Evil Geniuses, so you're going to lose some of that. Because EG had this really tight map control early on. They were pressuring all these towers, and they had super aggressive vision. Every single one of the lanes had a really good aggressive ward laid out, just like it has now. But some of that vision is going to start going away, loosening their grip they had on the map, which means Alchemist has more space to be able to farm without getting punished. Soon we're going to see the Manta Octarine. Like, there is a bit of a timer ticking for Evil Geniuses. Sumail committed towards the BKB. Arteezy does offset that a little bit with his Hand of Minus pickup. You know, he will still scale somewhat, but a Venomancer, even with Aghanims, only go so far.
Yeah.
I think EG's biggest power spike is like 30 minutes or something when they have Ags and maybe Blink on the Veno, and the SF has a lot of physical damage. And then slowly but surely that lead will start trickle away as the Alchemist, just naturally gets a larger and larger net worth lead. But we'll see, right? Like, I actually have no idea how, because Ehome don't actually have the greatest heroes to scale either past the Alchemist, right? Pugna, Rubik, Omni Knight, Bounty Hunter, they're all kind of meh, especially the Bounty.
It's not like the game where Complexity had the Tiny earlier. They had Kunko even, who scaled a little well with the Diffusal Blade. So there's differences here. We did see the Alchemist did take that game for cancel, but in the end, it comes down to, like you said, it's this one core, essentially. It's this one single core. Pugna is starting to get some farm now. And even right now, you talked about the power curve for EG. You can see they're starting to slip away in terms of the lead a little bit after that last engagement. Was almost a 7,500 net worth lead. Sylar getting jumped on. He has to cripple, use it. They have the raises. Meanwhile, Force Staff, there's the Gale. I don't see Sylar getting out of this. The life drain. There's the Poison Nova. Sylar doing the best that he can. Finally, the Overgrowth will come through. If he had any help there at all, maybe they could have turned it around. But Sylar was on his own. Meanwhile, call down bottom. They find Garter and the Bounty Hunter. There's one spin. Not enough just yet. Garter still rather slippery. No detection for Universal, it looks like, and he will just back away.
All right, Roshan number 2. Very important pickup for EG. This is ideally what takes the first big step towards ending the game, right? At least one lane of Rax should be picked up off of this Aegis. They just picked up, I guess it was only one Force Staff. The other Force Staff was on the Pugna. Which is a nice little mobility item to have for that hero. Our Alchemist is not yet at full Naga Siren. Still waiting on that Manta style and then Octarine Core.
He's getting there. He is getting there. They, again, like you said, the clock is ticking in terms of that hero starting to get big. The Manta style recipe actually now coming out. He's got the full Manta. It's flying on the courier, so it's that one big item, and he'll get there pretty quickly considering the fact that he's got Greevil's Greed. Universe starting to invade the jungle. EG looks like they will start pressuring back into this side of the map and see if they can find some kills for their squad.
Yeah, if I was Ehome, considering the start that you had as a team, your laning phase just went so badly. Garter wasn't able to connect with anything. I would be really happy with the position I'm in.
Yes.
Like, EG's big push is coming, but we have the big split push tool is ready to go, so we can potentially stall. It's going to be tough. It's probably going to be one of the hardest parts of the game for them, but they do have the tools at least to contest.
Universe has been spotted by Garter. He was positioning himself in such a way that he might want to jump on Ehome as they entered the jungle. Everyone is up here with the exception of the Omni Knight right now. You can see rotating up is going to be Sumail already. TP's coming out from Ehome. Old Chiken will make it out first and foremost. Garter, no threat to him just yet. He does pop up the track on the axe, but no real action happening this top lane. Ehome's just trying to dodge as much as they possibly can right now, Cab.
Do you like I like that little play. Right, Garter uses an Earn Charge. It's because he's revealing himself. He wants to make sure he isn't blinked on and called when he tries to invis a whiz and walk away. So he puts that blink dagger out. Cool. He's
don't touch me.
No, I don't want to get caught here.
Universe, don't touch me. Get away from me,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're doing pretty well splitting up the map. I mean, they just got this Manta style. He's already up to 2.46k gold for the Alchemist. I mean, I shouldn't be that surprised about this.
Yeah, I mean, it can surprise everyone, right? Like, you think you're used to dealing with an Alchemist in the game. You think you're used to the amount of gold he can accrue in such a short period of time, but it can still surprise you. It just shouldn't be possible, but it is. Greevil's Greed is a hell of an ability.
Oh, wow. Alchemist above 700 GPM? Yeah, big shocker, honestly.
Yeah, Mott, come on.
Yeah, God.
So, what do we got? We got the Aegis. We've got maybe Crimson Guard could be finished up by Universe before they go high ground if they want that item. Mech, though, for the Omni Knight. I'm trying to think, what are they... Sumail have a big item coming in anytime soon?
He bought a
Diffusal
Blade. Yeah, which is very interesting, but I'm a big fan of, obviously, against the Omni Knight, so...
So it's just... Well, they've got the Aghanim stuff there. I'm trying to think, if they're waiting on any specific item before they 5-man march down a lane. Right now, they're trying to get control of the lanes,
yes.
right? In order to kind of, make sure that Alchemist can't split push you out too much. But it's always tough. These illusions aren't really being handled too well by the supports. This Boots of Travels will allow Old Chiken himself to be able to push out the top lane.
Ooh, they were trying to make it go on Sumail there for a moment. There were 3 heroes in the vicinity for Ehome looking for some sort of pick.
Yeah, if they can even just force a BKB, right, that's a huge win. They don't even necessarily need to try and take away the Aegis.
Right.
Just taking away the BKB and knowing that's on cooldown for a minute would be a large amount of time for the Alchemist to feel comfortable split pushing. Maybe they could even prevent that push. Maybe EG, they've got 2 minutes left. Maybe they are planning on going for a push.
They're playing rather slowly right now. Like you talked about, just trying to get control of the lanes. And with the Alchemist, obviously, with the Manta style, inevitably the Octarine core as well, this gets harder and harder for them to keep control of these lanes, not losing a tower in the process of taking a fight or an objective. But they will start heading towards bottom lane. Their 2 big cores are still mid currently, but they might be able to find someone. They do have that gem they just picked up. I'm not sure what hero has it for EG. They do have one. It is going to be Universe, and that makes sense. Eul Scepter, they will find Garter. Sentry Ward is dropped down as well. He dies very quickly. Force Staff not there in time. Ortiz is already bossed in. He finds the Gale and the Sylar as well. Poison Nova, it'll be on to 2. Call will fly. Universe gets it in time. Does he have enough damage for the Duck? Not yet. Great Mech Purification on top. The Repel is not there. Overgrowth comes out. They will find another. A double kill for Sumail, and here we go. Just like that. It's right on top of the Tier 3 tower.
1 pick turns to 2, and all of a sudden Evil Geniuses are knocking down your Tier 3 tower. No buyback for the Pugna, and he's such an important part of holding high ground.
Right now with, of course, that lack of buyback, they will keep going. Sumail starting to jump in. There's the Diffusal Blade Purification. Universe call, but the usage of the Eul Scepter isn't there in time, and he stole Poison Nova on top. It's time to back up. All of a sudden, EG might be in a bad position. Look at the damage coming out. Universe is low, but not dead yet. Meanwhile, Sumail going back in the Requiem. Wants 1, wants 2, wants 3. Can he find Sylar? The last, yes, he can. Gets the triple. Can he get the Ultra? Ice Path will not connect. Old Chicken throws the Unstable. There's the Dual Breath coming in, but Sumail would have to dive the well in order to get that Ultra kill. Instead, he'll turn his attention back towards the racks and try to finish this one off.
And this is why you want to have Sumail on your team, right? The plays like that, where this guy feels comfortable. He has a pretty good net worth lead over almost all the heroes in this game, including the Alchemist. He sees an opportunity to be aggressive. He makes the most of it.
He still has the Aegis too, although it does now get reclaimed as I say that. They have Chemical Rage up, Dual Breath, a lot of damage coming out. Old Chicken, forced to Manta, has the Unstable Concoction. EG's at about half health for all of their heroes. Artee's going to get hit up with said Unstable, but now Old Chicken getting slowed up. The Overgrowth, Sumail laying in, has the raise. This hero is going to fall, and without a buyback.
Oh no, look at all those
so
heroes.
Low. Are they not going to die? Not
Radiance
a single
Bird,
one of them?
Come on.
Crit
All right.
will finally fall at the tail end. Arteezy and Zai are sitting at maybe like 100 HP each. Maybe less. Sumail is laughing. He's like, all right, well, I can't believe we all lived except for Crit. But that was...
Sumail went down so low, and poor Alchemist, like, he makes that commitment. He's like, even without Chemical Rage, he's like, I have to. Like, there's so much potential gold to be had if I can just kill even just Arteezy with track on him. That would be so much net worth that we can reclaim, but... doesn't quite get there, only gets the 1 on the Treant Protector. Man, if this game was just a little bit different, right? Maybe if Old 11 was alive 10 seconds earlier. He's there to be able to give a repel, heal on that Alchemist. Like, who knows what exactly happens in that exchange that maybe Ehome have a better chance at a comeback. But Evil Geniuses with a rather clean push through that bottom lane.
Right.
Only losing the Treant Protector just puts one more nail, rather. In the coffin.
They got so many kills. They got the racks as well. That advantage is now going to be even further in EG's way. And it just feels like for Ehome, they've got to find something here, but we'll see what they can get. They're now down about 12,000 net worth. Crit is already in with the Nature's Guys. Looking for a potential pick off. The Ward will spot Sylar, but no follow-up, no initiation coming out yet from either of these heroes on EG. But the push is commencing. You have a couple of heroes already in this mid lane. Somebody pushing out top, which of course is going to be Jakiro. And Sumail on the tree line with a couple of illusions.
Sumail blinked into the trees. This
That's
is bad.
not good. He has to pop BKB. The Requiem's going to go. His team will be coming to him, hopefully, to back him up. There's going to be the life drain, and he's out. See you later. That blink came at the perfect time. He could try to turn this. The rest of his team's looking for the pincer, now backing up a little bit. Unstable will go.
Oh, no.
Get the
Don't
invis
get that invis.
Oh, Old Chicken takes it from him right under his face, then proceeds to just whack away at Sumail.
They're so committing for this kill, but the rest of Ehome's going.
Play the Benny Hill music. They're actually going in all for this. They actually might get this kill. He's so low. They need one right click. They get him down finally. A huge pickup, but here we go. The call on to 2. They're looking for more. The dunk #1 from Universe. Old 11 might be next. Crit's coming in. Nature's Guys will go through on the other side of the fight. Arteezy, Speedy, looking to just kite this Alchemist. They've lost both supports. Now Universe life drain, but he does stay alive.
Get the burn,
Nature's
baby.
Guys,
Get the burn.
the Radiance Burn will take him down. Old Chicken finds the double kill. Alchemist getting lower and lower, but there's the Chemical Rage. Zai in trouble himself. The Ice Path now done. The Living Armor coming out. Can he stay alive? The Dual Breath. Old Chicken wants this kill. The Eul Scepter. They'll find Treant Protector, and now Zai and gives away a triple kill. 4 dead. That was the clowniest fight I might have ever seen.
Oh, Sumail. getting caught in the trees like that, having to use his BKB and his ultimate, still can't quite get out of the grasp of old Chiken. And because of that, they just go all in for that pickup. Evil Geniuses will lose several heroes, several track kills, a lot of space for Alchemist to be able to get farm, and Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower, potentially even some damage on the Tier 3. That is such a huge comeback for Ehome, because Evil Geniuses were in such a great spot when they pushed one lane of Rax, right? Because that all of a sudden means the Alchemist split push is not nearly as effective when he has to push through super creeps, right? You can always rely on that bottom lane holding itself, essentially. But then Ehome just got this gigantic net worth exchange against a team that was holding, what was that? 10,000, 12,000 net worth lead.
Right around that area.
And then it just shoots right back upwards, and it's going to keep going a little bit of ways with all the space that's given to the Alchemist. It's hard for Evil Geniuses to rope back the map control back in their favor when you've given so much up to the Alchemist like this.
That is a huge fight, a huge net worth gain for Ehome, and they'll just take the space and try to keep these lanes pushed out. Old Chiken is able to find a Shiva's Guard with all of that gold, not to mention the extra 1,000 he picks up from Grievel's Greed and all of the farm that he accrued after the team fight. EG, they get a couple of kills in the process, but really just supports. They don't bring down Old Chiken. They don't bring down the important heroes for Ehome, and made it a little bit hard on themselves, EG did.
Yes, I think that is absolutely the correct phrase to be using. Ehome can't give this team any space. They've got some strong veterans on their team. They know how to reclaim an advantage. And a clutch kill like this could be huge.
Force away, Sumail. BKB will go. Old Chiken diffused off. Of course, that repel was there. There's the Shiva's Guard. Force call. They'll find one, but they still have that Chemical Rage. The Reckon will go. Ehome still fighting fit, and EG are starting to get low right now. Look at Universe as well as Zai's HP. Ice Path doesn't connect on Old Chiken. He's still running amok. They can't deal with him. They have to use him back up right now. Even with Arteezy coming in, he's TPing. He's going to go home. Can he make it out in time? He cancels, gets forced away. He will stay up and alive. But now an unstable concoction going. They have the life drain. He's taking a lot of damage. The Radiance Burst. Living Armor will keep him alive. He gets the Gale off the Shiva's Guard. Not going to connect. He blinks away and gets out. But they're getting run into. Their base is now starting to take some damage as well. The Creep Wave is nearby. Call not there from Universe. He's in the middle of the Acid Spray. It is backdoor protected, but they still have creeps coming in. Sumail TPing back in. He's got full HP ready to go. Creep Wave still coming. Old Chiken obviously not doing any damage to this Tier 3 tower, but now backdoor is gone. Universe might look for another call here. His Blink Dagger's back up. The Radiance Burn making it tough to find some sort of initiation. Look at this.
Look at that spread of the illusions. The Radiance burning away any potential Blink Daggers initiations from Sumail as well as Universe's Axe.
This Tier 3 is going to fall. Universe was looking for an initiation from the side. Can't find it. The Observer Ward is there, and Old Chiken is just going to work. The range Rax first and foremost. So bring down the Plague Ward. Ice Pass not connecting. Old Chiken sidestepping them. Jump in. Poison over Aghanim Scepter. Veil of Discord. Looking for the call to two. He'll find it. Can he get the dunk off in time? Overgrowth comes out. Macro Power. They're throwing everything. Somehow they're still alive on the side of Ehome. Garter's barely living. One more HP, but they will bring down three. Pugna included. Old Chiken now. He seems to be alone. Unstable Concoction. He's got 2 seconds left of the cast. He might stun himself here. It looks like he will. Do they have an Ice Path? Do they have anything to lock him down? They will get the Dual Breath, the Leech Seed off as well. The Chemical Rage. He's turning in mad fighting Sumail. He's trying to get this kill. The Unstable Concoction is going to fly. It will stun Sumail. He's in trouble. He's low. They even get the Jakiro on top of it. Finally, Universe comes back in. Can they burn him down through this Chemical Rage? It looks like no. They will take the range racks. They might take the melee racks. Ehome are turning it around at this point. They'll take a full set of racks back in. They just cannot kill this Alchemist cap.
Whoa, Old Chiken, he's going straight for the moon. He's going to try and test these buybacks.
They have no buyback.
Don't have them.
They have no buyback on Arteezy.
They can play this slow kind of back and forth game because they can always rely on the Chemical Rage to be there.
Yeah, he's waiting for it now that it's back up. He's going back in for the Tier 4 towers. The Acid Spray will help out, bring out all these creep waves, pushing back Sumail as well. It looks like he can't do this on his own. The Living Armor is there. They use the glyph. 8 seconds for Arteezy to be up. He will have his ultimate when he's back alive. Will Old Chiken stay? Will he let this go? The rest of the team of Ehome still sitting behind him with the exception of course, the Omni Knight walking back in. Universe looking for some sort of initiation.
Artur's back up, and he's got the ultimate, too. He needs the right
get
kind of
Universe.
initiation.
He can't get the call right now. The Unstable Concoction. They get off the Guardian Greaves. The Yules will come through Sumail. Is he able to do enough damage? The Requiem's going to go, and he just takes it to the face. He pops the Manta style. Old Chicken's still doing all right on the other side. Universe gets one calling, and it is going to be the Rubik down and dead.
Sylar's taken out slowly but surely. Universe, yep, they got him.
Sumail pops the Manta.
Old Chicken's going to work. He's got that burn damage, but now Universe is here. They can take him down. Evil Geniuses will hold.
Wow, what a fight. That looked so bad for EG with, of course, Arteezy being down for that long. They lose their Tier 4 towers. They are now down. Ehome have somehow come back and even this up, at least in terms of Raxes. They do have buyback on Alchemist, the most important hero by far in this game.
They know the Rubik and the Pugna do not have buybacks, so Evil Geniuses can try and punish this, go for a high ground push, 3 versus 5. And they know they've got this 30-second window to be able to dish out some damage. I'm not sure if they can get Mega Creeps out of this, though. Their physical damage may not be enough. So far, Sumail just has that Manta. He hasn't completed the Butterfly just yet. Only the Talisman of Evasion on him, so I don't think they can take full Megas, but if they can kill the Alchemist here.
He's got a BKB, he's got the repel first and foremost. Shiva's Guard will go. That Chemical Rage is keeping him so healthy. Unstable Concoction, Arteezy forced back, taking spins. He's got the Living Armor. They'll turn their attention to Universe. There's the call first and foremost. Arteezy wants to TP out. Can he make it in time? Purification, but he just makes it to the base. Universe will not be so lucky. He's down for 72. They can't get anything off that, it looks like. Tier 3 tower, do they take it? They did get the Tier 3 tower and some ranged Rax damage, but that's it.
Yeah, that Tier 3 at top is even just barely alive at a sliver. The Universe has buyback. Now, the question is, Ehome, what do you do here? Do you try and push high ground and force that buyback out of the axe, risking potential to be caught, right, in the process of forcing the buyback and trying back out? Or do you go for Roshan here? Do you try and attempt that kind of play, get yourself an Aegis while you know it's a 4 versus 5? Do you just, I mean, it looks like right now they're looking at the immediate, trying to push out the lanes. This does leave them exposed, though, because Evil Genius is very clearly, they're still going to try and get aggressive here with the smoke.
And they know something's up now. Salar's going to get caught, force himself away into the Ice Path. The Macro Pyre, they need one more right click. He gets the Decrep off in time, though. Macro Pyre was stolen. Old Bottom drops it down. Requiem going. Nobody dead yet. In fact, everyone's pretty tanky and healthy. There's going to be that Guardian Angel coming out. Now Zai. Here comes Old Chicken. They've stunned Sumail. He's low, and he'll fall. He is down for 86, and now Crit's going to be next. The Fade Bolt, the Life Drain. Ehome are turning it around. Arteezy's trying his best to push mid. I'm not sure it's fast enough.
I mean, he's got to buy time for his team. They didn't have buyback on Sumail when they went for that. They had the double damage. With the smoke, they thought, oh, we know the Alchemist is top lane. This is a potentially separated Ehome that we can try and get a quick pick or maybe even a full-out team fight.
They want Sylar, the Venomous Scale, into the ulti, and then Arteezy just promptly TPs out. Sylar...
he's doing anything he can to prevent Ehome from going straight from that throne, but ultimately, Ehome will not lose their mind here. They won't chase off after any kills. They're just going to go straight for that objective and end the game. And I don't think Evil Geniuses have a prayer of being able to stop it without their big damage dealer.
43 seconds, BKB pop for Old Chick. He wants blood, and he wants the buildings at this point. Ehome are looking to complete the comeback, and they're very close to doing so. Zai might try an Ice Path to do anything that he possibly can. Shiva's Guard will go. The Veil is down as well. They do need to be a bit careful here. Old Chicken taking a lot of damage right now. The Macro Pyre coming, but there's that Purification. The Omni Knight always there to back him up. Universe trying to get in. Can't blink the Radiance Burn. All of the damage being dealt. He cannot get in. Arteezy now focused down. He's going to go down to the Purification. He's got buyback. He's going to have to use it, but Old Chicken is diving into the well. He doesn't give a damn. He pops the Manta style, and now they'll go to work on the Ancient. It's getting lower and lower, and there it is. GG is called. Ehome, they complete the comeback. Game number 1 of the series was looking all but over. EG were on the doorstep, Cap, and somehow it turns around.
They had a 12,000 gold lead against an Alchemist, but just a couple of missteps from Evil Geniuses, and it all fades away so quickly, Mott.
Unbelievable. What happened to get to that point that it turned out to be Sumail dying in that mid lane, the 4 for, 2 trade that was so cloudy turned actually into Ehome winning the game.
One fateful misblink by Sumail into those trees cost Evil Geniuses so much. That team fight turns into probably an 8,000 gold swing, if not much more, just given the space that's created. And then Ehome, the cojones to just be like, all right, all of a sudden we're in the lead. Let's pressure it and just go straight for those tier 4s and force these buybacks and all these sort of scenarios, giving themselves like a quick endgame scenario from another misstep from Evil Geniuses in that bottom lane.
It's just that quick, ladies and gentlemen. It turns that bad for Evil Geniuses. Game number 1. It is a best of 3, but it will be taken by Ehome. We'll get all of our reactions from the panel as we throw it back to them.
Thank you very much, Mott. A hype game indeed. It
Hell
looked
yeah.
so much like EG had that. And then at the end, it was a nail biter. Almost looked like EG could bring it back. But alas, they took down the throne.
Yeah, I think in my prediction, I said, I thought EG had this like really synergistic lineup, this whole push strategy. They're the better team, or so we said, in terms of like coming into this match, and they didn't quite close it out.
Yeah.
And that Alchemist, I really underestimated that Pugna heading to the late stage with that Alchemist.
Yeah, that was really the tool that they had to win those late game fights. At some point, Axe would initiate, he would get decrept and ultied, and it felt like Pugna could be anywhere on the map and he would be ulting somebody. And the amount of damage it outputs is huge with a Veil on top of it.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if they had one on their team, but either way, with Aether Lens and 300 damage per second and decrep on top of that, it absolutely killed heroes really fast.
Yeah, just
and
the range
they
of
couldn't
it.
fight.
Like, Universe wanted to blink in, even, like, he couldn't even blink in half the time when he wanted to because the Pugna range is, like, half the map when you have it. And
Yeah.
they just kited him.
It looked like Hurricane Pike Slider kind of
Yeah.
style, where you can just see them anywhere because of the tracks and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I wanted to see in that match. That underdog takes that one moment, that one missed blink into the trees by Sumail, and they take it. They beat this team that they had no chance of winning. I mean, what an incredible match to be a part of, and God, I was just hyped. Good for E.